I'm back with another triggering topic. And today I want to talk about Sherri Shepard, Aunties, and why is being a pick me like right now only being applied to older women. And I would say 35 and up. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I've never really cared for Sherri Shepard. Like something about her just doesn't sit right with me. And I really felt that way even back in the day when she was on the Jamie Foxx show. I don't know, she just gave me I don't, ew, like she just gave me the ick. I don't know. Now I know that Sherri Shepard faced a lot of backlash talking about the ladies' clothing at the awards, and she was talking about the women that had their butts and their breasts exposed, and I know she spoke on Meg's clothing as well. Now I'm gonna let y'all know something. I'm a bit partial. I do love Meg the Stallion. I'm not gonna cap. But in all fairness, not to be biased, I do think that showing your boobs at an award show is a bit much, especially, when, normally when the girls do the boob, when the pasty look, they normally put, something sheer over the top, to like kind of, but it was just straight boob. She just had a straight boob and then just the pasty. Like, I feel like the boobs bouncing and the boobs being out there like that was a bit much, but to each their own, to each their own. But I did understand, where Sherri Shepard was coming from slightly, even though, like I said, I don't really care for her that much. But, I was just like, whatever, But really, what blew my mind, though, was that she took the time to say all of that about those ladies. But then when Jonathan Majors came on, who has recently admitted on recording that he was out here strangling women, she was crying and carrying on and talking about how much he means to her and he's a good role model to her son and all of that BS. And that was a little bit over the top. And I was actually disgusted because I was sitting here thinking, like, you got a problem with pasties, but not with Negroes cutting off women's oxygen? Like, what? Like, that's where the pick-meism came in with me, because it's like, you want to make sure that you hold women to a certain standard of behavior, but you don't want to do that for the men. And that's really my issue. And I will say that that is definite pygmeism. But I saw a TikTok, and I'm not gonna put the TikTok in here because there's no shade to this young woman. Like, I don't have any beef with her, or anything. She has a right to express herself, and I don't think that she meant anything by it. But I saw a young black woman. She was probably around 23, maybe. And she was talking about Sherri Shepard. And she was like, we got to talk about the pick me aunties, that are 35 and up. They're a problem. And they're doing all of this pick me, basically acting like it's just the women that are 35 up. And that is what blew me. Because, okay, wait a minute. Before I get into this, let me say, I don't have any beef with younger women or young girls, teen girls. My whole platform is centered on black women and black girls, and I want to make sure that I try to let younger women know that I want them to be great and not make the mistakes that I've seen other women make, and not even make the mistakes that I've made. I want them to be the happiest that they can be. But I will say that we're not going to pretend now that there aren't plenty of young pygmishas out there. There's plenty of them. And there's plenty of young pygmishas out there catering to Negroes, paying their bills, engaging in sexual activity that they don't want to be having, threesomes, and doing everything to keep a young Dusty coming around. That is pick-meism. And, I see all of these, black girls in their teens and 20s fighting to the death for Chris Brown, when he would tell them that they are too black to spit on if they were on fire. And so we're not gonna talk about pick-meism, because if you out here talking about Chris Brown, you will never make me hate you, Chris Brown. I love you, I love you, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't care what you say. That's pick-meism, period. So I just want to be clear here that there is no age limit. There is no age range. There is no race for male-centeredness or pick-meism, period. It can happen to any woman. And, as much as I talk about the coddling of black men at the hands of black women on this channel, I want to be clear that just because I don't talk about other races on this channel doesn't mean that I don't peep game. I just don't care. I care about my community, and that's who I want to center and talk about. But there are plenty of YT women, YT Hispanic women, Afro Latinas, Asian women, Indian women, Middle Eastern women, etc., 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 that are huge pick me's. For real. There are women that engage in honor unalivings. There are women that engage in female, I don't know if I can say this all on here. I'll just say mutilation of a woman's private regions. You know what I'm saying? To uphold insane, patriarchal, disgusting value systems that some nut job put in place. So let's be clear here that there are a lot of women that engage in pick-meism of all races, nationalities, creeds, cultures, whatever. And it is a literal brainwashing that men attempt to instill and brainwash and put into women, So I want to be clear here. We cannot act like it's just the older women, because I don't think that I don't think that it's fair to older women, because there are a lot of older women that are not like that. It's a lot of older women that say, oh, I don't play that, or I ain't never been married, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have an aunt who ain't never been married, because she said, oh, forget them men. And I think she like 65 or 70 or something now. She didn't play that stuff way back when I was a little kid. So like she was black. So let's be clear here. You know what I'm saying? But let me just keep moving forward. If we try to make it like women that are Sherri's age, which is 57, Sherri Shepard is 57. She's a lot older than me, but I still think that we cannot make it like older women are the only ones that are doing that. I also think it's ageist to do that as well, because everybody gets old, everybody gets older, nobody is exempt from it. Like the person that you call somebody old today, oh, you old, you'll be that same age very shortly if you keep living. So I don't think that you should just say that older women are pick-me's. Like, no, don't do that, because when you do that, we will never be able to properly fight against pick-meism and male-centered rhetoric, because we'll act like it's only one group, And I want to say that anytime you prioritize a man over your own health, over your own well-being, that's some pick-me stuff. And you got some soul searching to do. If you let a man play in your face because you don't want him to leave, or you want him to be with you, that's some pick-me stuff. And you got some soul searching to do. If you let a man coerce you, right, into doing things that you're not comfortable with sexually, or you're having intercourse with him really quickly because you want to keep him around, or you think that will make him like you, that's some pick-me stuff. And you got some soul searching to do. If you are supporting men that without a doubt have harmed women, abused women, beat them, degraded them, cheated on them, or heck, even talked about black women badly, that's some pick-me stuff. And you got some soul searching to do. And by soul searching, I mean figure out why and when you became a pick-me or started adopting pick-me ideology, and stop it. Because as I say so many times, men will not give you the grace that you extend to them. Men will not sit there and make all type of excuses on why they should accept BS from women just to have one. You don't hear men say that, oh, I know I got to accept their cheating. I know I got to accept their smacking the taste out of my mouth. I know I got to accept this, that, and the third just to have a woman by my side. No, men don't do that. They just douche you out and get rid of you. They're going to cut their losses and dip. That's the majority of men. That's what they do. I'm not talking about some outliers of some weird dudes that might stay, but the majority of men are cutting their losses and dipping on you. Because with men, their self-esteem, their happiness, and their reputation amongst other men always takes priority over women. Period. And women should absolutely adopt that philosophy. And, I'm also not trying to say, right, that I haven't run across a lot of older pick-me's in my lifetime, because I have. I've seen some older pick-me's that was on some crazy stuff, so I'm not saying that. But I've definitely also seen a lot of younger pick-me's as well. The same pick-me's, the young pick-me's that think Blueface is Krishan's soulmate and think that Krishan should accept that man back and it wasn't a big deal after he pulled a chunk of hair out of the back of her head and all of that other stuff. So, and they think that it's cute, tatting a man on your face or your neck and that's being a ride or die. You got to show your man you love him. So come on, let's be real here. These pick-meism manifest in different ways across all women. all ages, all of that, you know. But anyway, like I said, this wasn't really meant to be a serious or long video because it's really not that serious. I just wanted to speak on Sherri Shepard somewhat, and I'll just leave it off by saying, Pickmes will never prosper. Okay? So don't let that be you. But I digress. If you watched this whole video and you really enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 2 down below, and I'll tell you why. Because being a pick me is what? Boo, boo. Boo to the boo, boo, boo. Boo. Don't do it. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. Follow me on TikTok. I live stream there exclusively. You will like it. Also, follow your girl on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. Subscribe. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.